Hello everybody, welcome to Academy of Tone number 91. Very special guest today is Christian Conrad. Christian Conrad, or what is your English?
Chris Conrad.
Ah, Chris, okay. Yeah, Chris Cornell, Chris Conrad.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, this song we just played is from your first solo record, correct?
That's right, yes.
And it took you decades, ages?
Definitely, yes.
Just shortly before retirement, you decided, I do a solo record. When nobody else does anything, I do a solo record.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. The funny thing is, we go back since my teenage days and your teenage days.
My teenage, your 20s.
Yeah, I'm the older guy.
Little bit.
Little bit. And here we have so many things to tell, especially about the stuff when we were younger.
Oh my God, where we start?
And I think the first thing I've done with you was I was your guitar teacher.
Exactly, yes.
I have actually not many memories. Can you tell me about what happened back then?
Yes, I started playing the electric guitar in a school band. And I heard about a guy in Saarbrücken who is a very good guitar player, and I should call him to take some lessons. And so that's what I did. I went to you with my guitar, and I was a big Gary Moore fan
like
at this time,
like myself, yeah,
like everyone.
Yeah.
And so I remember it very well. We heard a song from a record from Gary Moore.
Yeah.
And we tried to find out the licks from the solo guitar.
Yeah.
So it was at this time very difficult to do something like that. It's not like today with YouTube and all that stuff.
Do you still remember the song? No. I mean, you know, one of those crazy Gary Moore songs. I remember
Empty Rooms, maybe, or something
Empty
like
Rooms,
that.
Yeah, genau.
Yes. Very tasteful lines and melodies. Maybe this, yes. That's the reason why I wrote this song that we played now. The song called Boy from Belfast. And
Gary Moore was from Belfast.
Exactly,
yeah.
And I want to remember me and you at this time. So it's for you, this song.
Oh, thank you.
Especially.
Wow, finally somebody dedicated a song for me. Usually I dedicate my songs to other, to other people. Yeah, but that's.
I'm very honored to be here. So that's my present for you.
Yeah, so cool. And okay, on your record, there's like tons of other songs as well, I guess.
Yeah, I have it here. Looks like this.
Yeah, maybe have a look.
Yeah, and inside you in the booklet.
Yeah.
There are so many special musicians at our area who played on this record, and on especially this song we played together. We have to tell Stefan Engelmann is the man on the bass, and he played amazing fretless bass.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I played with Stefan with an orchestra band when I played with the Jugendsymphonie Orchestra here in Saarland, Jugendsymphonie Orchestra, and he was the man that I just called last minute, and I mean he's a good bass player, so he's on that song. And
other guys haven't my glasses with me, so
I can still read. I can still read. So
you're older, but you can still read.
Yeah. Okay. Guitars, Chris Conrad. That's you. Bass, Jochen Lauer.
Yeah, that's another.
Okay. Martin
player.
Donner is drums, vocal. Uwe Jolly. He's another.
Jolly Caster.
The Jolly Caster.
Great
guitar player.
Good friend of mine who played in an acoustic duo with him.
Yeah. So the next one is you and a lot of programming. Then there is. You played some bass on this one too.
Yeah.
Elmar Federkeil drums. Another. Ralf
Gottlieb. This is the drummer from Tell Your Mother, from my second band.
Yeah.
From Ida Oberstein.
Ida Oberstein. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And Michael Schmidt, the bass player from Tell Your Mother, and 2 old songs from Tell Your Mother on the record too.
Yeah.
With Patrick Morgan, our singer.
Yeah.
He's American, native speaker. So
yeah.
I never had to try to write English lyrics.
Because you had a proper native English singer.
Exactly.
English-speaking American, right?
And that's right. And Anisha Adam is also a native speaker, and she wrote with me Ticket to Ride, but not
at the Beatles.
Not a Beatles song. It's another song, but more like Fleetwood Mac maybe. So in this kind of direction.
Yeah.
And did I forget something?
Wolfgänger. Wolf? No, there's a song called Wolf.
Okay. This is a special song. That's the only song in German, and it's the only song I didn't wrote by myself. So it's a song from Marcel Adam. This is my actually band leader. And
so you play for Marcel in that thing. We have to explain what this thing Marcel Adam is about. So where we live here in Saarbrücken, we are very close to the French border.
Exactly.
So we can actually walk to France
3 minutes
this way, and then we are in a different country.
We can buy our baguettes in France.
And the cheese and the red wine.
Exactly.
So that's always a good thing. So it's different on the other side of the border, and he is about the culture of the Elsass, I think. You know, kind of French.
Lothringen, you have to take care. Lothringen, not Elsass.
Okay, Lothringen. Lothringen is like next thing, and then the next thing is Elsass. And as usual, all these states, even the French, I just found out, have...
it's the same like Saarland and...
the Pfälzer.
Exactly.
Okay, we are Saarlanders.
Oh, it's like red.
Yeah, that's okay, that's okay. The thing is, so he makes this kind of very successful project being local here, based on, I would say, kind of a local folk thing. You know, very unique. You wouldn't find this in other places of Germany, because this is French, German kind of mixture, super special. So and he has
a mix of music from France, a chanson called music in France, but also, like you said, folk elements. And I play a lot of acoustic guitar, certainly, and but also electric guitar.
Yeah. Okay, back to the studio album.
Yes.
For me, the interesting bit was, I used my setup here, and of course everything is always last minute here. So the quick sound check kind of recreate my sound that I used in the studio was, funnily enough, the amp one. What else with my standard cabinet, and now comes the trick. This is what I wanted to show you. I used the clean channel on 10. Let me see where the custom control is set. Almost full, or let's say full to keep it easy. Boost full. And I have the fire bottle boost pedal. This is what I brought to the studio, and I found out. Yeah, I experiment a little bit to make like my most personal signature tone kind of thing. You know, amp settings here are super boring because it's middle position, middle position, middle position.
Best way.
Yeah, so there is nothing really special here. But let me show you what I have, how I use that sound. Okay, the first thing is, this is the guitar on 1. So when I go on 1, it's clean. So this is on 3. So this is on 5. This is on 7. So for me, this is kind of my thing, to be from super clean into heavy saturation.
All dynamics in one sound.
Yeah. So
perfect.
You asked me to play my style, so I did my thing in that combination. And I treat the amp 1 just like a puristic clean amp that I crank. You know, everything is kind of on the clean channel, but cranked and boosted. And so this is. So that's my
Sounds
tone.
Amazing.
Yeah, I've always had that kind of ideal tone with my old Marshalls. You remember that from my old days with my old Marshalls in the same studio where I recorded your song. And this is what and I have a little delay and a built-in reverb. So this is.
That's the sound.
That's the sound. It's
simply, but it's good.
Yeah. So for you guys. It is kind of a single channel amp. I forget about all the overdrive. It's simply there. So that's boost like I would use any of my vintage amps. And that's getting me the tone. Maybe we have a picture from the studio. And maybe we have the new... this is me being in that studio in the old days with the drummer... Wolfgang Schulz.
You look so young, Thomas.
Oh yeah, this was back in the 90s, I think, 90 or something like that. Yeah, and here you can see my Marshall cabinet in the corner and the drum kit. So these were the glory days of Twilight
Studio. Twilight.
Yeah, in Illingen. I'm in Illinger.
Yeah,
this was the mixing console.
Cockpit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, we recorded on tape, you know, the good old 2-inch tape.
Would love to have one.
Yeah. Maybe we have that one picture with Chris and myself in the studio when we recorded this song, because then you can see how the studio changed. And it looks today. See, this is, I posted one. So here you can see my pedalboard.
A big pedalboard.
Yeah, I mean, this is my usual big pedalboard that I always have with me. And then I have everything I need for live or sessions. And I brought this booster with me, and I remember that I used that. So this was my tone. Tons of things. But I think we have another great thing, because today Mr. Eddie Van Halen's birthday. Unfortunately, he passed away, but he would have been 67. Where's the camera? Here. And this ticket is a ticket that actually comes
from me.
From me. Because you've been there in 1993 in Frankfurt Festhalle, correct?
And a lot of other concerts. I found it in my garbage. So there was a lot of concerts in the past.
Okay, you know what? Let's play some Eddie just for fun. By the way, who wants to hear me play it properly? We have done some Academy of Tone episodes where I really do it, but this is just a quick one for Eddie. Wait a minute, I'm switching off my boost. I go to the modern channel and that's all I need to make some noise. This is just fun. Okay. We sent some love to Eddie. Tribute to Eddie. Wait a minute, there was no tone. Why? Because I muted it. And, okay, maybe.
Shred master.
Yeah, anyway, this was just fun. don't take this too serious because we
Chris
didn't.
Crosby boss.
Yeah, Chris. This is just to show that instant Van Halen. We didn't rehearse. We didn't do anything, and it is part of our music life. I mean, we heard Van Halen.
Without Eddie,
yeah, we wouldn't.
we are not sitting here.
Yeah,
we're not sitting here.
Exactly. Yeah, and just for the guys to know what I've done with this tone, I'm using a single coil Stratocaster. Okay, this has nothing to do with Eddie, but what I have done is I used the modern channel. Okay, I haven't changed the amp at all. I just changed to the modern channel, and the thing I have done is I put the modern tone all the way up to maximum. So this thing here, modern tone, is where I usually don't play it, but this is what I need to get the. Okay, just fun. Okay, so Eddie Van Halen influenced all of us. I guess everybody watching here. And the only thing I can say is he has put so much positive energy and fun on records. It's still, when you hear the early stuff, or especially early stuff, to me
it's melodic. That's it's most of the modern rock is very dark and this music was party rock, and everyone was dance and having a good time, positive.
And I'm all about that. I mean, and also there's humor in the music. I mean, David Lee Roth with all his scream, it's like he gives a fuck, and it's enjoying life. And I mean, it's sad that Eddie is not here anymore, but it's so great that there are recordings that actually cover that spirit. So his spirit will live on.
Did you met him? Or?
Never. No. I at NAMM show I could wave, but I was here and there was another 58 people before Eddie. So no, not him. I was surprised on the NAMM show by Carlos Santana, because I was doing my thing and then I opened my eyes and Carlos Santana, just that close, like you. And I was shocked, like, huh? What's wrong here? I'm in the wrong movie, And he smiled, and I carried on.
I saw Carlos Santana in Saarbrücken.
See, let me see all the tickets, because this we have to go a little bit into our local history here.
Okay. That not all, but a few of them.
Yes. Deep Purple.
Genau.
And this is the one. Was this the one with Satriani?
Yes, I think so.
Hey guys, by the way, this is we are talking. What year was it? D-Mark 48, 1994.
Yeah, I think so. That was the time.
So, by the way, I know Joe Satriani, and we talked. We had emails and stuff like that. So we met, and he remembers Saarbrücken from this concert. And when I'm not totally wrong, then this was the gig, the very gig where he kind of came and joined Deep Purple for the first time. Kind of last minute, arriving with the guitar case and...
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
He played a great concert, so it was perfect.
Yeah. So I heard that story from the promoter, and definitely Joe remembered Saarbrücken from traveling there, and I guess it was Saarland, right? Yeah.
Saarlandhalle, yes.
Yeah, Saarlandhalle. Okay. And by the way, here, Joybringer, this is the promoter I'm always talking to. He will be on this show one day. He has to rehearse the song Bonanza because
oh my God.
Yeah, he played Bonanza with Aldi Meola. He played with B.B. King. He played.
Okay.
He's not a guitar player, but he knows how to play Bonanza.
This one?
Yeah, this one. So, and he's still practicing. When he's fit again, he will join and he will tell a lot of stories about B.B. King.
And he was the guy who was with Carlos Santana in Saarbrücken.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so this is all
a friend of him.
Yeah, it's all local.
He knows
stuff.
all.
Yeah, he knows them all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good old Dragan. So Joybringer, B.B. King.
Yeah, that was his club in the past.
Yeah, this was the venue, Dragan's Waldcafé.
Yes. His mother
cooked.
Yes.
do you know the story of Frank Zappa?
No.
Frank Zappa was so excited about the Leberknepp, which is a liver balls, meat, whatever. Yes. And he wouldn't come to the concert because the food was too good from his mother. Yeah, and I had the pleasure to play there, opening up for Elvin Lee.
Oh,
and I had a flu. I couldn't hear much. So I wasn't in good shape, but I was there. This is what I remember. Scorpions.
All the Saarlandhalle.
Okay, this is all the Saarlandhalle Scorpions.
Scorpions.
Yeah, okay, you listen to a lot of Scorpions.
I think so.
Yeah.
Or I get free tickets, I don't know.
Judas Priest and...
this was the Purple 87 with Bad Company as support.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember Blackmore left the stage before they played Smoke on the Water. They played without him.
Yeah, okay.
Funny guy.
Yeah, funny guy. Bon Jovi, Metallica, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Saarlandhalle.
Gary Moore.
Gary Moore, I was there too, yes, I remember that one. And...
Kiss was in Ludwigshafen and the support band was a very brand new band with a hit called Little Runaway. It was Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So before anybody knew
them. Yeah.
So yeah, this is how things started.
It's crazy.
You know? And here comes the next story. You all probably know because Gene Simmons, the bass player from Kiss, was the producer and brought Van Halen on the map. You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
And I have my Gene Simmons stories too when I gave him one of my picks. And he, and I said, you know, you can have it, but I need it back. I bring you back a whole bag of picks. And I said, no, because this is a very special pick. Mm-hmm. And then he was reading my T-shirt. Back then I had a T-shirt that was called guitarplayer.de and he could speak proper German. Ich bringe dir einen vollen Tüte mit diesen Plektren zurück. Gene Simmons. Okay. I was totally impressed about his German. Yeah, but he's Jewish. And the mother was still talking German.
Okay.
You know, because I got like a bit, you know, being nice. I mean, you are nice to a guy like Gene Simmons. But when I was kind of, hey, but I want it back, he could hear my German thing. And then he replied in German, which was so cool.
Now I understand the compilation between Die Ärzte and Kiss. Because they can speak English, German maybe.
Yeah.
I saw them together in Frankfurt in the
Jahrhunderthalle?
Jahrhunderthalle.
Yeah.
Maybe there's somewhere other ticket too, but
there's another ticket on the floor. There's too many tickets. I
Remain, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I Remain.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Too many concerts.
Dio.
Ronnie James Dio.
Yeah.
Who was the guitar player back then? Do you remember? Nobody knows.
Not Adrian Vandenberg. Maybe the guys online knows it. Maybe that would be a question for our...
Yeah, okay. So, here's the question. If you have the right answer, Chris will give away one of the CDs. But this is only for guys in Europe.
Yeah.
Because, we can't afford to ship them...
No. It's
to
probably
the North Pole.
$20 to shipping it to America or somewhere.
Yeah. So if you have the right answer, so the question, official question is, who was the guitar player with Dio in 1986. Write it in the comments, and we will check if it's right. It's right. Okay.
You get one of my CDs.
Yeah. Iron Maiden. Okay, we had this.
No, this
Jeff
is
Healey. Okay, hey, here's my Jeff Healey story. I was on a plane from Luxembourg to the UK, and he was on the plane too, and we had to sit next. And he couldn't see. I mean, because he was blind. But we could talk, and we could talk guitars, even though it was so funny.
Yeah.
But great player. I mean, playing on his lap.
I saw him. Yeah. Like you see.
Here we go. Joe Satriani, Frankfurt, in 1990. I've been there, not on this one, another one.
Yeah. Again, Iron Maiden with Wasp and Steve Lukather, one of my heroes.
Of course. Yeah.
Robin Ford, a little bit more blues, jazz.
Yeah.
You know,
in the Kamgarn is in Kaiserslautern. For the rest of the world who doesn't know where Kaiserslautern is, Kaiserslautern is very near to Rammstein, where this accident happened, or maybe our German band Rammstein.
Oh, okay.
This is probably where they get the name from. Maybe not.
Yeah, but Rammstein is with one M.
Yeah, and the other one is with two.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But the other thing is, this is where the airbase is, and that might be a political thing.
Yeah.
The biggest airbase outside of the US.
That's right, yeah. And a lot of musicians there too.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing about our area here. We have a lot of different influences. Mm-hmm. We have the American airbase,
yes,
with tons of musicians. A lot of soul guys, a lot of any American music. And I was listening to AFM, American Forces Network, AFN radio, and I remember when I heard, cool stuff like when I was a teenager. I have too much reverb for a ballad. So on. But this was groove music, and in Germany at that time, I think that was the only station that would play that kind of music, and I was impressed about the bass sounds and the funk sounds as well. So this is one of the influences here in the area. Of course, the other one is across the border, the French chanson. We can listen to the French stations here. They talk too much, in my opinion.
I think so too. And also Luxembourg.
Yeah, Luxembourg is around the corner. So we have some different sources. Vivian Campbell?
Vivian Campbell.
So who was the first one? Harald Stein. Harald! We know Harald. So this is, okay. Is this actually... is he the first winner? Is he, okay.
Harald, cool.
Okay. He lives in our area. So cool. Hey.
I would give him a CD anyway, but no.
Yeah. Harald, we go back also.
Cool.
Yeah, that's
sometimes you have
Yeah.
Didn't remember the name. Vivian Campbell, sure.
Yeah, okay, but I'm losing stuff too. We're getting old.
Yes.
Yeah. And about memorable things to remember. Maybe you remember last episode when I was doing all the fuzzes, you don't know. And there was a lot of tech talk that maybe not everybody liked so much. But for those who like even more, they should go to Bernd Meiser's website. It's called treblebooster.net. So if you go to treblebooster.net, Bernd Meiser, he has a lot of articles on pedals, on treble boosters, that's his main thing, but also on other pedals and a lot of things. So I would highly recommend to get some deep information on that for those guys who are on the nerdy side. Yeah, and I was using some of, he goes into detail. I was using some graphics, some of his and some of mine, and sometimes I get some inspiration there. So check out the treblebooster.net, and I think you also have those in the store.
Yes, yes. We have Treble Booster from BSM.
BSM, that's Bernd Meiser.
In our store.
Yeah. And actually this is the other topic. Chris is also working in the biggest local music store. I think the next big one you have to drive for 2 hours, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you are the biggest, at least minimum 1 hour, even more. So, and the store is called 6 and 4.
Exactly.
6 because the guitar has usually 6 strings.
Yeah, that would be another question for our, but it's too simple.
Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah.
What means 6 and 4? No?
Yeah, and then the question is, do they have to update the name because there's metal and some people play 7 strings?
Yeah, and also we have keyboards, so that's next problem.
Yeah, okay, 88 keys or...
Oh my God, no, it's too long.
Yeah. Anyway, so what I find quite interesting is the fact that Chris is, being the musician, playing with his own bands. We can go into the Tell Your Mother stuff later a bit, but you always have also been working as a guy in a music store and as a teacher. But first, the music store. For me,
yes,
it is interesting to know how it looks from the other side. So, the customer goes into the store and he sees a few guitars. But only from my experience, I know how much it costs to have a store, because all the inventory, all the guitars, all the amps, all the pedals, they have to be financed.
That's right, yeah. So I'm very lucky that I'm not the owner of the... No, but the thing is, the stuff that we have in our store is there, and the people can come and can try it out.
Yeah.
So I heard about other stores where they not give the guitars to try them, but I wanna try a guitar before I buy it.
Absolutely.
And it's very important to have the feeling, and you have 3 of the same guitars beside, and you take one and it sounds different than the other one.
Sure.
So it's wood, and wood sounds different, and so you have to check it out and find out what it feels good for you, and so that's very important. So that's the reason why we have our stuff out, that the people can come and try out.
Yeah, and you have actually a lot of many separate rooms, because you have a bass room, you have an acoustic guitar room, you have the electric guitar room, then you have your kind of foyer kind of thing, then you have a different department downstairs, where I never go, but sure. But what I kind of like is that the store actually really gives you a selection of instruments. So when you go to the 6 and 4 store, for instance, as for me, a good store, you have the choice. You can compare, and this is, I think it is what's needed when you pick up a guitar.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things that the internet can do, but one thing that the internet cannot do is, how does it feel?
Exactly. So, and for us it's important that we make a setup. We have the service for our customers, that we change strings and stuff like that, and we have I don't know what in English Werkstatt for customer support, for repairing, wood repairing and stuff like that.
Workshop.
And, workshop, and also the amplifier too.
Yeah,
I think this is a big thing in our area.
Yeah, and I have seen the way how the business is changing. You know, 10, 15, 20 years ago, there were many music stores. And there were many small music stores. And 6 and 4 used to be a small music store. I remember the days when the owner, Heiko, had just this little shed somewhere,
Yes.
you know, dumped in as much as he could. But the concept was, a bit homemade. Yeah, and then when you could see there was some other music stores, and then over the years he took the decision to invest, buy a building, get a proper exhibition space.
Yeah, you have to grow up to
be special.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I think there's one way to survive is to be special with service. The other thing is only you can survive if you have to offer something super special. Nobody, if you have just the standard stuff and no extras, nobody is interested. So you have to be dedicated and to your job. And
and that's the reason why we have BluGuitar in our program.
And by the way, Heiko told me, I don't know if you know it, I think this was last year or the year before, that the Amp 1 was the best-selling guitar amp he ever had in his shop. Of course, local. But I'm very...
Not only because of that, because it's a good amp and it's really something very special, unique, and you have...
Yeah, and I'm very happy that, you know, when you go into the store, there's a nice presentation of the product. And I love to come there and do clinics when it's possible. I mean, you know, with the COVID thing, things is a bit difficult. But also at the flea market or the event, there's a live event in summer.
Where play live bands and stuff. You also played there, and
many times. Yeah. And by the way, last time I played there with Alex Bayreuth, the guy who you all know. And guess what? On this Saturday, I will play together with Alex Bayreuth again. Just because I needed a
scalloped.
This is his signature. See, Alex Bayreuth.
Wow.
Yeah. So we have flipped or swapped guitars. He has one of mine. I have one of his.
Wow.
So I can be the Alex for a minute, and he can be the Blugie for a second. And this Saturday I have a gig with him, just because I wanted to have a gig, and these days there are no gigs. And this is one of those few exceptional gigs. And this gig, I actually asked him if he would try out a new speaker that I designed.
Okay.
And then they said, you know what, you just join in. Then you can play your speaker yourself, which is cool. So I have a gig this Saturday. And
very luckily.
I mean, it's not for me. It's all about the speaker. And where's my speaker selector? That's a good question. I have to get it for Saturday, so I can be on stage and switch between two speakers and see
what happens.
What happens? Yeah, because I think it's always very important to test the gear also on stage. You know, what's going on here?
He was once playing in the club.
Okay, so Dio. Okay, we
oh my God! Yeah.
Okay, great idea. Come home Sunday to say hello. Okay, there's something going on. I don't know. I grabbed some CDs and make a run on. Never found Ronnie. Okay. Okay. So the music store. How is the situation now for you guys with the COVID? Is it? I remember at the beginning, there was only like you could pick up stuff at the back door, This was the weirdest time ever.
Yeah, it was closed, so we couldn't get people in, so we have to sell our stuff outside. It was really crazy. But after that we had to run because a lot of people were at home. So what can they do at home? They learn to play the guitar, and so we had. But it was the first decade of this pandemic. Yeah. So we sold a lot of guitars, starter guitars. Yeah. But in the next wave, we talk about waves, it was lower, and now I don't know where it ends. You don't see a solution for all this stuff, and. Right now, they switched every week. They switched the rules about the situation, and
I read that now you can go in the store and be
without test.
You just have to have
to wear a mask, FPP2 mask. You have to wear. So that's the only thing.
Is this about people with vaccination or
with or without? Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yes.
So
but that's the reason why you have to wear now this special mask.
Ah, okay. FFP2 mask.
Yes.
But even if you have no vaccination, you can go in the store. Yeah. It's legal.
It's legal.
Okay, that's a new rule. And this is only like a week old or whatever, a few days.
Since few days. Yeah.
I think that's the crazy thing here in Germany, or maybe elsewhere as well. I don't know. Yeah. But it's like rules are changing, and we
so fast.
We try to be, polite and try to keep up with the rules as good as possible.
Yeah, I look forward to summer.
Sure, summer is always better,
and I hope the situation is getting much better.
Yeah,
I want to play.
I have everything cancelled since when was it? Mid-December. I had a few gigs at the beginning of December. And luckily, somehow they could manage it with special tests. And Baden-Württemberg is another county inside Germany. They have different rules. Therefore, it was possible because they did whatever was needed and it worked and it was legal. But then everything kind of was not.
But we're still here. We're still in the store. We sell our stuff online. We have an online store, a big online store where you can sell the stuff and you can come to us. Some marks like Fender or Gibson, it's not so easy to get the stuff because the delivery situation is not so easy. You have a lot of you have to wait a long time for the guitars and. Yeah, but it goes on.
Yeah. Just by the way, I'm looking at the chat here. Matt Dio coming out of a limo backstage at an Iron Maiden concert in Los Angeles. Very nice man. Well, this is a nice thing. Talking about Iron Maiden, I had a customer request where somebody asked me or asked BluGuitar how to dial in a tone for Adrian Smith of Iron Maiden with the Iridium. And here's the thing. I used Alex's guitar, and if it's still the setting, I haven't changed anything, so I can show you. Just for fun. Wait a minute. Get this cable out. And I'm instant Iron Maiden by changing the guitar and going to the other amp, and then I tell you why. So this is the clean. That's nothing special. I think it's nice clean, but here. That's the vintage channel for Iron Maiden, I thought, and then there's that's the classic channel, which I would then use for solo. So what I've done is I tried to make some sounds that I thought listening to Iron Maiden would be kind of close, and then I put those settings on our new thing on the website. We have something on the website. It's called BluGuitar. So if you, it's a typical question. It's like, which amp is best for playing Iron Maiden? So, and then, I mean, we have this on the website, and then you can dial in Iron Maiden, and then you can see my settings
The
here.
settings, yes.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's finished today, but we're working on it. And next week, Kai is coming again because I create all the shit and he puts it on the website.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so
that's interesting.
we are trying to, because that's the most critical thing. Nobody knows how that stuff sounds, and of course the best thing is you go to the store, play it, and find out yourself. But we will try to give some examples.
Did you tell the story about Adrian Smith? He made a record together with Richie Kotzen.
Yeah.
And I think you gave him one of your amps, and he liked it too, right?
Yeah, Richie. Yeah.
Richie.
Yeah, he was here at the.
He played in Saarbrücken, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's the usual thing. We have you been there in summer?
I saw it. Was
at the concert. Yeah, I was there at the sound check.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
I had his guitar in his hand.
So he played my amp. He was very impressed. All the rest is unofficial. Keep it there because there's victory involved and politics.
They have their deals and
yeah. So all good, great player, and he and his telly. He liked that silver one.
I saw him playing the Stratocaster.
2, yes, yeah. He's a killer guy. Okay, by the way, this was how to get the tones, and if you have tones that you want to know, let us know in the comments, because I can do my homework, and then I can create tones, and maybe you can find those on the website next week. So you can keep me busy doing that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, just give me some of the stuff that you want to know. And I thought about the whole thing is like, it depends on the guitar. You know, people play Strats or Super Strats or Les Pauls or PRSs.
Yes.
And then there's different amps that you are familiar with. Like, you know, there's Tweed amps, there's Fender style amps, there's Marshall, Plexi, blah, blah, blah. So I have a few click buttons that give you a direction, and there is the thing about certain iconic tones from bands like Iron Maiden or Ozzy or blah blah blah. Certain guitar players, Gary Moore. You brought your holy.
Yeah, this is actually Dave Grissom signature guitar.
What's the story about Dave Grissom?
Yeah, Dave Grissom is a guy from Nashville, actually, and he was one of the first guys who worked together with Paul Reed Smith. You always heard the story about Carlos Santana, but also Dave Grissom was one of the guys in the beginning, and I think they designed 10 years for this guitar, special pickups in it, and it's in principle it's a Les Paul and also a Telecaster in one guitar.
Okay.
That's the idea of this guitar, and you have a tremolo, and you can do all you want. You have a split function for the humbuckers.
Ah, nice.
And you have 2 volume controls. So this one is the volume for this pickup, and this is the volume for the neck pickup. It's a little bit special, so yeah. But
okay.
You see what I mean? Also you have a really good rock sound, no? But not this, like this. But it's out of tune now. And the neck pickup. And when you go to a clean channel and to split the pickups in the middle position. Very clean, crisp sound. So when you turn down the volume a little bit, it changes the sound.
This kind of blends the two, and then it's kind of the telly thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, with a super twing telly snap.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that I was amazed about the idea of this guitar, and
that became your guitar.
yeah, it does actually. It's not mine. I switched. I have another one with maple top. This is solid mahogany.
Yeah, mahogany.
Yeah,
super.
but this sounds a little more beefy. You know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mahogany is the shit for this kind of guitar.
Yeah.
Great.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, for me, I would like to check another thing out while talking your gear. I plug you in to the amp that you brought with you, which is the Tool Rock behind you.
Yeah.
The Cardiff. And I have that on our switching system on M4. Is it working? Yeah. You need a tuner? I have one of those.
Oh.
Guess who brought it? He brought it with him. I think mine is still in Hamburg or lost somewhere.
It's too high.
Well, yeah, this tuner is a super accurate Peterson strobe tuner. It's about precision. Maybe a bit too much precision for me. Okay, so I plug you in your own amp. So what you hear now is the Tool Rock that sits behind you, and we recorded with the Blue Box with a clean setting. Wait a minute, no, I'm in my Blue Box. Fuck. It's yeah, because so anyway. So super pristine, nice clean tone. Okay. Let me try with my amp1 if I get close. You play, I switch. Can you play?
But you have switched it.
Point was just to show that the clean channel of the Iridium can get close to this.
Yes.
And for the guys that have an Iridium, I let you know the settings. Clean volume 7, bass is little, it's only 2, mids is 6, and treble is 8, and the clean tone is. The clean tone is where? Yeah, okay. It is 11 o'clock-ish, so not in the middle. It's 11. Yeah. Anyway, it's just because this is the amp that you know, and it's always good for me to have other people's amps.
I didn't know which one was it. So it was very close.
It is close enough. I can hear the breakup is a bit smoother here because it is a power amp saturation here. I could get there too with the lower power mode, blah blah blah. But for me, the main point is like I can get somewhere near. So it is good enough.
Definitely, yeah.
So for me, that's you use the Cardiff as what is the thing about this amp for you? Pedal platform.
Yes, it's a small, clean sound, and I have my pedal board with, and so I can make the sound a little bigger.
Okay, yeah.
That's all I do with that amp. It depends the size of the stage, you know.
Right.
If it's a bigger stage, you need more headroom, and so I'm an old style guy. I need a monitor on stage.
Yeah.
And I need the sound from the guitar on stage.
Otherwise, you don't feel right.
Yeah.
And that's something I don't understand. Why some people don't need that. For me, maybe we grew up with this feeling.
Probably.
There's your string, there's your tone, and that's the thing that needs to connect. If I miss that, I feel shit. It's like I feel shit, then I play shit.
Yeah, that's the same.
Yeah, so you have to similar.
But but it's a learn situation when you're recording, when you're doing a job in a studio.
Yeah.
So that's a different thing. You have to learn to come clear with that what comes out of the monitor box and not what comes out of the cabinet.
Yeah.
And it took me a long time to understand what's there happen, and so
okay, this is, I think,
it's the learning process as a musician, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if you go to the studio, it is a totally different situation from being in the rehearsal room or on stage, because you're listening to little studio monitors like we do at the moment.
Yeah.
But and that's the thing. I remember I had the same issues, because it's like your guitar sounds massive, and then on the recording it's like nothing.
Tiny.
Yeah, even if it maybe sounds right, it doesn't feel the same, because it's a hi-fi speaker, a studio monitor that projects the tone, and it's not getting the air molecules into your body pushed from a hard guitar speaker. And I sometimes had a little combo or a 1x12 in the recording room as well.
Yeah, that maybe helps. Yes.
Sometimes, but I have to say, I of course adjusted to this studio situation, since I worked a lot in studios, and found that a way that I can get a feel for it. And some things I like to record on higher volumes, but you can't torture the engineers. You know, I mean, the guy on the mixing console. You know, you go, can you give me a little bit more of this?
It depends on if it's a guitar man or a drum man.
Yeah, but sometimes it's like, I don't want to be an engineer that sits there all day, and people torture you with another take and another take, and it's like, okay, can you play louder? I need more feel, you know.
Yeah, sometimes you need that loudness for the feedbacks and stuff like that.
Absolutely, yeah.
I know one of the songs on the record. Also an instrumental, I borrowed a guitar with a Sustainiac system, so that I have this feedback without that loudness.
Yeah,
that's the only way it works.
Yeah, Sustainiac.
Yes.
Who was the company? Do you remember?
First was Fernandes.
Fernandes.
And
right.
Now Schecter.
Yeah. Did they buy Fernandes or anything?
I don't know. But I was thinking to switch a guitar or to make in a guitar this system, but it's so heavy because you need a lot of space for all the electronics that I didn't make it. It was too expensive and too hard to make it.
Yeah. I have another question about the other side that you always have done, the teaching. I mean, maybe just to get that story out, because usually I don't have people that go all the way back. So when I was a teenager, or I was kind of 20 and you were the teenager, I taught you the things and we listened. It was actually vinyl. Or what did we listen to? Do you remember? Was it vinyl or was it tape or cassette?
It was a vinyl. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So we listen on my
record player. Yeah.
For me, these were the best days where I learned myself, because people like you asked me how this works, and I had to learn this shit. And then,
learning by doing.
Yeah. And I remember I had another guy from I don't remember where this was. He had all this Aussie.
Okay.
Yeah.
You need my cable?
I need a cable, and you can have yours back, because this was my cable. Where's the end?
Yeah, I found it.
No. So this is the one end, and one and two and three and four. Okay, now we are into teaching. Watch out, you are in a different tuning now.
I take the other guitar.
Yeah, so maybe there's a... okay, that's the iridium, but I want to go back for my Mercury. When I play the Strat, I prefer the Mercury. But I have to admit, any humbucker guitar or any guitar that is not so single coily, you definitely have to try out an iridium, just because it is more than a metal amp. You know, I marketed the whole thing as a metal amp.
This is mine.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but you know, when I came out with the black one, I had to be totally different. So I said, you know, it's only for metal. It's metal. But
no, that's not right.
That's not right.
No.
It is just an amp that is tighter, that is more modern, that is giving you something that is not as swampy, old school bluegy style like my M1 Mercury, which I love. I mean, this is, for me, that's the big, thick, old school tone.
It's more woody, you told me. Yeah.
And this is kind of more arranged in a way. It's cleaner, it's clearer, it's more defined. Hey, by the way, talking about my old tone, this afternoon I had somebody that I didn't have any connection for, I don't know, 20 years. The guy that is on my first solo record, he was checking me out on Facebook and gave me a ring and said, hello, this is blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying his name, but unbelievable. And the next thing was the keyboard player from Deep Purple. You know, it's just, this afternoon people pressed my number. I don't know what it is.
What means this? You have to do another record.
Oh yeah.
Believe me, a new one.
Okay, my tone, happy. Back to the teaching side.
Yes.
So you have been a teacher yourself for many years. What is the story there? So
I was starting working in a guitar store in Saarbrücken.
Yeah.
Where Jürgen Rath was.
Jürgen, mit Rad-Ems. We all know Jürgen.
He was my boss, so. And there was the phase when he started to check out his amps, and I was the test person who played the guitar, and he checked this out, what do you think about the sound and stuff like that. And And yeah, the people listened to me, and they said, "Do you also give guitar lessons?" And at this time there was a new school upstairs, and so they asked me, "Okay, when you work there, maybe after your work you can go upstairs and give some guitar lessons." I said, "Why not?"
Yeah, easy peasy.
So,
yeah.
and so start everything, and then they had to leave this building, and I said, "Oh, at my grandma's house, there's a little room where we can do that."
Yeah.
And that was in Sulzbach, where the other guitar store was.
Yeah.
So, and I
64.
started there with my teaching lessons, and started also to work in the store in Sulzbach, 64.
Yeah.
And so we went together to get bigger, to growing to another place in Sulzbach, an old school building. And yeah, I was starting to make a music school, not only a guitar school.
All instruments.
All instruments, drums, and keyboards, piano, and stuff like that. And yeah, I was above the drum department. I had my own rooms.
I see.
So
Okay.
that goes around 10 or 12 years.
Yeah.
But then came the point where Heiko said, "We have to grow. We need the space to konkurrenzfähig."
Yeah, to be compatible or to compatible with other
stores.
To be the better store with having more inventory, with having more things on display.
Yes.
So he needed that space.
Yes.
And then the store got bigger and your school was gone.
Yeah.
Okay, question for me to you as a teacher. What is the stuff that you would teach a rock blues guitar player? Today is what is your essentials? Because we haven't talked about this since 30, 40 years, or I don't know how many years.
It doesn't matter what kind of music he likes. He has to have fun.
Yeah.
He has to have
energy,
the feeling for the instrument, and the fun to play an instrument. You know, the first half year starting to play the guitar is very hard.
Yeah.
It's like
it's no fun.
It's no fun.
It's a torture.
but if you come over this level, it's going faster, and you learn better, and then the fun begins.
Yeah. So for me, it's like I compare this like to walk. Okay, if you start like a baby, you cannot walk. I mean, you are crawling, you know, and everything. So, and then once you go upright, and then you it's hard to stay vertical.
Yes.
And not so. And then once you manage to go with the flow, this was always my principle. And the way I learned the guitar was exactly like that. That I remember when I was a teenager.
It's a groove thing, and when you're serious, you have to say 80% of the guitar playing is rhythm guitar.
Yeah.
And the rest is soloing, so you have to learn the fucking chords.
Yeah, you have to learn the fucking chords, but you have to learn the fucking groove. And
Groove.
And Eddie Van Halen was a killer groover.
Exactly, yeah.
So, and this was making fun and the positive energy because the groove in the band was there. And of course, we all are so excited about the flashy
tapping
and in squeal and all that stuff. But if it's not with the groove, it's not music.
He was a great rhythm player.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely. It's unbelievable. And
it's hard to play alone in a band as the only guitar player. Yeah.
Trio. But you have done it with Tell Your Mother?
Also, but in my first band, we had a second guitar player at the beginning. That was the reason I have to visit you, because I want to be better than him.
And who was the other guitar player?
Michael Horn.
Richard Halen, and he was better than you?
He played a little bit longer than me, so that was the point.
Okay.
So but it's good. It's a good congruence situation because you're getting better.
Competition helps.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then I played with a keyboarder.
Yeah.
Who was very fast.
Okay. Yeah.
So the battles
was already on.
Yeah.
The battle was on. Yeah. I remember. With a 3-piece band, maybe some people don't know that, but people from our area know Dreist. This German Dreist means 3. Drei is 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And Dreist is if you are kind of a little bit aggressive, if you're bold, it's like, hey, this is Dreist. It's a double meaning thing. And this band was my 3-piece, or was one of my 3-piece bands. I always loved 3-piece bands, and this was actually the studio CD we recorded at that very studio,
the Twilight Zone,
in this Twilight studio. So on the real tape machine, and maybe. The pictures are too small, you can't see. But these were the days is there any year printed? Let me see if it's printed on here.
So this
1903.
Were in a separate room because they were allowed the air system. So
yeah. So this was here again. That's my white Strats back then, and it's still the same here, with a few more scratches. But this was the time, on some of the pictures you can see, I was using my old Marshalls. And actually, when I recorded that, of course, and then live, I even played my old Marshalls. And at the very beginning, without pedals and so I was killing. And Pete, the singer, was yelling at me like, "Oh, you scheiß Kerl!"
Loud,
way too loud, So this was my thing, and later on I had my Triumph, and by the way my Pedalboard. So this is my Dreist thing.
All original.
All originals, yeah. Cool. All original songs, lyrics, and it was another great exercise how to play the guitar in the 3-piece.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
You need effects to
make the sound big.
Big, yeah, exactly. So a little bit delay, reverb, and all that stuff. You can do a lot of things.
Yeah, we have a little time left, so show us real quick what is on your Pedalboard. There's a very special way because you are going direct with a super crazy setup, which is the LR Bex, which he uses. Yes. Chris uses for acoustic and electric.
Yes, that's the deal. I have this thing here for my acoustic guitar because I play a lot of acoustic guitar with Marcel Adam, and I didn't want to buy all the effects twice, so that was the idea.
Keep it simple.
To save some money.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, how can I do that? So I have acoustic sound that goes straight through the system here, and also I only have the compressor on, and it goes straight to the LR Bex. Now here it's a acoustic sound, but I have the possibility to have some reverb. To have some delay, and
I have played acoustic guitar also a little bit. We did some Dreist acoustic sets because back in the days we wanted to play more, and then we played. Why not? So, and I remember that I used my Replex wherever that is, not here, somewhere. You know, that tape delay kind of thing.
That sounds great.
Sounds great because playing acoustic guitar with nothing, it's a torture.
Yes.
So reverb, compression, and a little bit of effects does make your life easier.
Definitely, yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the clean setup. So when I switch the bank, I have for electric guitar a little more warm. With a little reverb, a little delay.
Yeah.
Can do
Same,
that here.
it's
And I have here my funky wah-wah. Yeah, because it's too boring to use my foot all the time, pedal, and so this thing does it too. And,
enough funk for you.
And here. So, and then my distorted sound is goes over the Ironheart, Laney, and
the DS1.
DS1.
Which is a great combination for gainy stuff. The DS1, by the way, is one of the oldest overdrivers on the planet from the very first day, and still a great thing.
And you told me Gary Moore used that thing too?
Yeah.
With his Marshall?
Of course, because back in the days when Gary Moore was out there, there was only the OD1. Where's my...
Overdrive?
Yeah.
And the distortion.
Yeah,
that's all.
The yellow one over there in the. Anyway, I'll show you next time.
You want to show it? I can hold it. Take it.
The yellow one. You see it straight ahead? Yeah, that's the one.
I know how it looks.
Okay, you are a professional sales. So there's the OD one, and then there is the SD one, which is the super
overdrive.
And that's the other secret weapon, or the DS one.
Yeah.
And this. And then there was the Tube Screamer, but the Tube Screamer is more like a booster kind of thing, and this is the same thing. And the funny thing, these three pedals, to me, are still, after all these pedals on the market, they still ride.
Yes, you know, I bought this Occo Diablo. It's orange too.
yeah.
But it sounds very different to this one.
Sure.
But this is a cool.
It is I think it's very flexible,
yes.
and it has a switch for high headroom and low headroom.
Exactly. Yes.
Occo is a German pedal maker. I have one of those too. Mine is broken, but I have an Occo mod on my Hughes & Kettner. What is it called? The Tube Factor, and here. This was before he was famous. OccoFX.de.
Wow.
So he knew that stuff,
and
he put in the knobs that we didn't at Hughes & Kettner because we wanted to keep it simple. And he did the extra mile, which is great. So, you know, it's
very rare, but
yeah, I enjoy stuff that is unique, you know, and I have to. You know, when you design products need to be focused, or at least.
No, I think it's fine.
Okay, yeah. But this is how it is. Yeah. Anyway, you know what? Let's. I think 10 o'clock. We make a little noise, and we call it a day. You go ahead and play whatever, and I join in. I have no clue what's coming. You want to do any music? Just let me. I see the key. Maybe not.
Yeah, we can do that. The blues that I played. This riff from it's from Paul Rogers called.
very cool. Thanks for joining in tonight. Next week we'll talk more about tones, sounds, and stuff. I keep you posted, and thanks, Chris, for coming. We have at least a local winner for the new CD.
Yeah.
You can find the CD, by the way, at all the typical platforms. It is iTunes and everywhere. Yeah. Chris Conrad, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me here.
Absolutely. So take care, guys. See you next week, and buy his CD. Cheers.
Bye bye.
Bye.